Moneta channel. Today we're going to take another look at how to short cryptocurrencies using CryptoHopper on the Binance exchange. But first of all, I think it's important that we kind of go over traditional short selling versus how CryptoHopper actually handles a short sell. Traditional short selling would entail the sale of a security that is not owned by the seller or that the seller has borrowed. Short selling is motivated by the belief that a security's price will decline, enabling it to be bought back at a lower price to make a profit. So let's kind of take a look at an example. Let's say you believe that EOS will decline in price. You therefore borrow 100 tokens and sell them. You are now short 100 tokens of EOS since you have sold something that you did not own in the first place. The short sale was only made possible by borrowing the tokens which the owner may demand back at some point. And then a few hours later, EOS falls in value and you decide to close the short position and buy 100 tokens on the open market to replace the borrowed tokens. Your profit on that short sale, excluding commissions, is the difference between the sell price and the buy price. So for example, if you took a look at the EOS chart and maybe you saw a double top coming in here and you decided that's going to be resistance and therefore I believe EOS will go down. And so you put in a sell order for 100 tokens of EOS, anticipating that it will go down. Now you don't own 100 tokens of EOS, so you actually have to borrow it, and exchanges like Bitfinex, PolNX, they allow you to borrow on margin, and so you will borrow those 100 tokens, and then as the price goes down, you look for an entry price back in, hopefully the bottom, to buy those 100 tokens so you can replace the borrowed tokens. And in this situation, you would have put a sell order for the 100 tokens you borrowed at 90.50, and let's say you put the buy order in over in this area at 85.50. If that was the case, your profit would be the 85.50 minus the 90.50, so approximately 500 would be your profit on that particular move. Now, the way CryptoHopper actually works is you actually have to own the 100 tokens in order to place this sell order. Once you place that sell order, it will actually track the token, whether it be down or up, and in order to exit your short position, you would put on a buy. And again, hopefully you put your buy on after it has declined rather than increased. If you put your buy order on once it has increased, then you would have sold at a lower price than you bought in at. So you would actually realize a loss. So let's jump over to our actual hopper. We actually aren't going to just talk about it. We'll show you how we actually execute some of these trades. Now in the past, before we really got the configuration dialed in, we were manually closing out our short positions when we would get in a short position. Now the way we get into a short position on CryptoHopper is via our strategy, and we'll go over those configurations here in a moment. Our strategy would actually trigger a short sell of a token that we already owned. For instance, in this case, we had 399 tokens of IOTA. It was going up, and a sell order or a short was put on once it met our strategy requirements. Now, once we felt like we had met our profit point, which usually is about 1% to 1.25, by the time this actually closed on our manual close, it ended up being shy of 1%. Once we put that order on, we were closed out to realize a profit between the 177 that hit the token had already gone up. This was actually a plus 177 plus the 0.77, and it ended up being approximately this 2.56% once we put the buy order on. So we then end up with IOTA back as a normal holding position of these 399 tokens, and then we eventually closed this out a couple minutes later as the market looked like it was going to go back down, so we manually closed it. Now we have